In this Christmas story, a man feared by an entire village hides a truth so devastating, it will change how you see everyone around you. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll question everything you thought you knew about empathy, judgment, and the hidden battles people fight. It was many years ago, in a time when winters were harsh and village houses hid beneath a thick layer of snow. In Silent Valley, a small village surrounded by forests, people were preparing for Christmas. Every home had a tree decorated with wooden toys and lights, lovingly crafted by families. Christmas was a time of hope and togetherness, except for one house on the edge of the village, dark and forlorn. In that house lived a man everyone called Old Gregor. No one in the village liked him, and he didn't care to change that. People said he never smiled, never attended church, and when someone's chicken or livestock went missing, they always blamed him. "It's his black magic," the women whispered at the well, while children turned him into a monster in their stories. Gregor never defended himself. His silence only fueled the rumors. One day, just before Christmas Eve, a young boy named Jack decided to prove his bravery by sneaking up to Gregor's house and discovering what the old man was up to. He grabbed a lantern and trudged through the deep snow to the weathered door. Jack pulled his coat tighter and peeked inside, and froze. There were no signs of black magic, no cauldrons or eerie pictures as he had imagined. The small room had bare walls, and in the middle of it sat Gregor at a table. In one hand, he held a piece of stale bread, and in the other, a small wooden figurine, a girl with braided hair. His eyes, dark and heavy, were filled with pain older than the world itself. Jack wanted to run, but then Gregor turned to him. "What are you doing here?" he growled, his voice more tired than angry. Jack, blushing furiously, stammered, I just wanted to see what you were doing." Gregor studied him for a moment before sighing. "You want to know what I'm doing? I'm sitting and remembering." He set the wooden figurine down and pointed to an old chest in the corner. "Go ahead if you've got the courage." Jack hesitated but stepped closer to the chest and opened it. Inside were dozens of wooden figurines, children, men, women, even animals, all carefully carved. Each figure had something unique, an expression, a pose, a small detail. "This is my family," Gregor said quietly. "I used to be a carpenter. I had a wife and 3 children. But then came the hungry year. We had nothing to eat, so I left for the city to earn money. When I came back, they were gone." Jack swallowed hard. "What happened?" he whispered. Gregor closed his eyes. "I couldn't pay the rent. They had no food. They were cast out. I found them too late, near the forest, frozen. Since then, I felt nothing, only the pain." Jack couldn't say a word. Suddenly, all the stories, all the gossip about Gregor seemed ridiculous. He wasn't a monster. He was just a man, broken and abandoned, suffering more than Jack could fathom. "Why don't you tell anyone?" Jack asked at last. Gregor gave a bitter smile. "Because people don't want the truth. They want to believe the world is simple, that I'm evil. It's easier for them." That night Jack went home, but Gregor's story haunted him. On Christmas Eve, he decided to do something no one would expect. Along with a few friends, Jack set up a large table next to the church and filled it with food. Then he went to Gregor's house. "Mr. Gregor," he said, "please come join us. No one should be alone on Christmas." Gregor stared at him for a long time. "Why would you do this?" he finally asked. Jack smiled. "Because now I know you're not a bad man. You're just someone no one ever understood." That night, Gregor left his house for the first time in years. The villagers, shocked and ashamed, welcomed him into their gathering. And for the first time in many years, Silent Valley wasn't so silent. Laughter, singing, and the clinking of glasses filled the air. Somewhere far above, in the cloudless sky, the stars shone brightly. The lesson of the story: every person is like a book, and we cannot read their story by judging the cover. The villagers condemned Gregor without knowing his past, hurting him more than life already had. Empathy doesn't mean justifying someone's actions, but striving to understand their reasons. When we dare to look beneath the surface, We may find that even those who seem the darkest carry a light within them, one that we can help reignite.